Hey guys, so this is Nick C using Nick FP's computer, but today I just wanted to make a short video on how to use the GitHub Windows client because it's what we're going to be using to modify code and try to make things more collaborative with the Handy group. The main reason I'm using this is because one, it's a very good collaboration software. It's a very good tool. You throw things up onto a server. In this case, GitHub, because it's open to the public. It's free, and we don't need to host a server. And then you can pull files off, and everybody can work together. So, how we're going to do this is first I'm going to show you how to install. That's why I'm on Nick's computer, is because I've already got it set up on mine. I don't really want to set up this again. So if we go here, this is the website I'll show you. I will have a link to it either in the chat if I post this video on the chat, or in the description if I post this on YouTube. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to post this video yet. First thing you want to do is click this button here to download Windows 64-bit. If you're trying to do it for Linux, I would just say do it through the command line, which I can make a separate video on if you guys would like. That's going to be more of what the first year robotics students are going to be using next year. But for right now, this is a lot more user friendly. So I've already installed it, so I'm just going to click here to run the installer. Wait for it to load. I will get back to you at the end of a cut. Okay, now we're going to have this. I believe it might ask for your permission, but I've tried to install this a couple times because I've recorded this video a couple times, so it doesn't ask me here. If it does, just say yes, but otherwise you'll just see the installer. Progress bar is over here on the left. And once that is ready, we will need to sign into GitHub. But we gotta wait for that. See you in a second. Okay, so this isn't quite what yours is gonna look like. It's gonna ask you to sign into GitHub and set a name for Git. That's pretty straightforward. You created a GitHub account last TechSoc session, so this should be pretty straightforward. First thing you want to do is, in this case, you're gonna want to clone a repository from the Handy group, which you're already added to. If that's not there, let me know. I'll send you the invite again and you can get onto it. But for this case, I'm going to create a new repository to show you guys how to do that so that you can make one yourself later. So we're going to create a new repository. Repository name. We're going to call this video repo. Repository for a tutorial. Then we're going to create that repository. I'm going to need to sign in quickly, and I will be right back with you. So I got that all set up. You can change your Git to whatever you want. I'm now in this repository. So how do we add files to this repository? Well, it's quite as simple as going to the File Explorer. On the previous thing, when you set up a new repository, you're going to have to look at the command chain of where it's put it. By default, it puts it into a GitHub folder that it creates. And there are errors here for some reason, but that's fine. And here is the video repository. So here we got a text document that we don't really need to worry about. That's just a config file. So we are going to need to make a new file of any sort. Let's make a text document called hi. This is a text document, so I already got the txt extension, and we can go to open. Let me say, hi, my name is Nick, and we're going to save this. So now you look over here, and there's been a change made. The change made was to hi.txt, and it says, hi, my name is Nick. So we have this repository. Now we want to save these changes. And saving changes to a repository in Git is called a commit. So I can go here and say summary. And the summary of this was added file named hi.txt. So you're going to want to be quite detailed with this so that people can look back through the changes and see what has happened in each commit for debugging purposes in case something goes wrong. Many reasons. It's just good practice. Those are called atomic commits, which is whenever you make a change, whenever you basically save a document. So if you're coding and you've got a thing and you run it, you'd want to commit that. And if it's in a folder, it's already pretty straightforward. So we are going to commit to master. So what this is doing is it's saving the changes. Changes go away. If we look in history, we should have 2 commits. So the initial commit was the creation of the repository and the creation of the file. And now the other one is this hi.txt. Now that we're done with that, we're going to publish this repository. This is pushing. So what you do is you have your GitHub, which is floating. You've got your GitHub domain, which is your account floating on a server, and you're going to want to throw something up there. Keeping this code private, I don't really mind. Video repo, it's a repository for a tutorial. I'm going to want to publish that. So I've actually got my GitHub open here. And if we look, there's a handy group, there's Roko222, Python learning, test video, don't worry about that, and video.repo. That was what we just created. And if we look here, we have file.txt, and it says, hi, my name is Nick. Now, as you can see, there's something wrong with that file, which obviously would bug, I think would bug a lot of people. So let's change that. Let's make our grammar actually good. So you're going to start off by fetching the latest version from the internet. I'm the only one modifying this file, but it makes more sense when you have multiple users and they're all pushing and adding their commits, because if somebody has a commit that contradicts another commit, although GitHub does merge things pretty well, it can still have some problems. So you're going to want to be able to pull and push off of the Git as often as you possibly can. So we've just fetched the newest version. Now we're going to want to go over to our hi.txt. And we're going to say, okay, let's put a H there. We'll capitalize the N. And let's put a period. Now let's do an exclamation point, because excitement. So we're going to save that. Close that. Now, if we go all the way over to GitHub, we're going to see that there are some changes, and it has noted that it has added capitals, and it will compare from the old version and the new version. So we're going to say, in this commit, we're going to say corrected grammar of, for would work, whatever, for hi.txt. And we're going to commit that to the master. Now, as you can see here, it's saying we've made a change, it's been committed, but the repository online doesn't know. So if all of a sudden I go here and I hit reload, it still has the bad grammar. So if we hit push here, push it to the origin, there we go. It pushes, and I believe it fetches the new origin once it's been pushed. So if we go here, nothing's updated, but if we reload, hi, my name is Nick. So that's the basics of pushing and pulling to Git. Whenever you make a change, you're going to want to make small addition to when we make any small change, you're going to want to push it to Git, refetch the origin, and when you start up a new time, anytime you start a session, you're going to want to pull in the latest version from GitHub so that you don't have you're not modifying an older version of the code or just the repository in general. So this is the local branch, and then you have GitHub, which is your external branch. So we are all done here. Let me know if you want to see a video on doing it on more of the command prompt and using actual Git, which I have here. I can show you how to navigate it as if it was Linux, or I could even show you how to navigate it in Linux, which will be very helpful for you guys next year. So if you want to see that, let me know. If you want to see some tutorials on how to get started with Arduino, I can try to do some of that. I'm not an Arduino master or expert, but I know enough that I can help you guys if you'd so like. So let me know what you want, and I hope this video has helped. Give me feedback. You'll probably give it to me next Thursday if you've watched it by that point, and if I've got it up, or whenever you watch this video. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you later.